Okay, boys and girls, this project is inspired by the Maoris of New Zealand, and you can see by the tattoos on their faces that they are permanent and they are spiraled and organic in shape. And we're going to have a little introduction to their facial features so that you can understand that when they were in New Zealand and they moved from the Tahitian Islands about 1500 years ago, they would tattoo their faces, and the faces actually had meaning, so that this on the forehead would say that it was their rank in the village. You can see by this design. Around their eyes, hapu rank. Around their temples, whether they were married. The area under their nose was their signature, and then their occupation was their cheek area. So you could see that you could actually just visually read. It was like a resume. And so this is what they had on their faces, and when they went to battle it was a way of terrorizing and frightening the opposition as well. And now the All Blacks that play rugby, and we'll be able to watch a little section of that, have a similar thing. They do the haka dance, and we'll be able to participate and watch that too. But what we're going to do is a printmaking exercise today, so I'm just going to push my little guy to the side very briefly, and you're going to receive a lino mat, and it's a rubber mat. And you're going to get a gouger, and I've already started drawing my spirals on it, but this is a gouger, and this is what we use to carve into the lino mat. And if you look very closely, there's a little sharp blade on one end and it's blunt on the other. When you have come up with your design on your paper, you are then going to draw it onto your lino mat, and I've got one here that I've been working on your table, and I can bring it up closer so you can see, but lean on the table, use the side that's got the little edge, and then you bring it and you pull it across the line, and what it does is it will draw the line for you. I'm going to set it down so I've got better control. Follow the lines that you've done and curve and carve into that lino mat, and you can add extra lines to it. The more detail the better it's going to be. So you're going to be replicating the tattoos that the Maoris have on your lino mat, and this is what we're doing today for printmaking, but we're going to add a little twist to it as well. So you can see how I'm carving. I'm actually turning the mat rather than turning my wrist, okay, to create that spiral effect. And when I lift my gouger up, you'll see I've actually cut my spiral, and I've cut into it. Everything I've cut away will be white, and then anything that's still on the surface will carry the ink. Now I'm going to put that to the side there. You're going to get what's called a brayer and a tray of ink. This is washable ink, and you roll the brayer so that you evenly coat the roller. Okay, you don't want it all thick and globby, but a nice even coat. You're going to get beige coloured paper, sandy coloured paper to use today, and on your mat you're going to roller, and this one I've been working on already, roller the surface so evenly coat it with the ink, okay, and then lift it, and find it's very difficult actually to try not to get your fingers caught on it, and then try and centralize it on your paper, and when you have, then press evenly all over the surface. If you've got tips of your fingers, try not to touch the edges, okay? Always remember as well that you put your name on your work, even on the back, as you can see on the back of your lino mat as well. These lino mats at the end of the lesson, when we finish this whole project, are yours, and you could even use paper and crayons and take rubbings from them. You could even test it as well before you actually print to see if you've got all the design that you'd like. And when I lift it off, there you go. It's very striking mono print, but it's a lino cut that you've done. I'm going to put that one to the side, but the next thing I'd like to do, and this is where we're really incorporating the tattoo effect, is actually to use our hands. So again, I'm going to get my lino mat, and I'm going to make sure I've got more ink. Always re-ink, and if you need any more, you just do a little thin line. You don't need a lot, a little thin line, and then evenly spread it, okay, so that roller's nicely evenly coated, and roller it. Then again, get another piece of paper, make sure your name is on the back of it before you print on your hand. I'm just going to lift that up so you can see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to turn it around. I've got this lovely spiral, so really what I want that little baby to be in the palm of my hand. And I'm going to turn it round, place it, and I'm really going to press down. Don't allow your lino mat to move on your hand, because then it will just slip. If it does, go and wash your hand and start again, okay? And it's washable ink. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel it back. Now look what I've got. I've actually got a tattoo on my hand, and now I'm going to press my hand down. You can see on one of mine, I actually turned the paper portrait to landscape. You can do it portrait if you want to do one hand, or landscape if you want to do two hands. I'm just going to make sure that I've pressed it down. I'm not moving my hand because I want a nice clean print. When I lift it up, I didn't have my thumb covered, so now I've got my 4 fingers. Yours will work out better because your hands are a lot smaller than mine. Go wash your hand. You can do it on the other one if you've got time, and do a double print, so you've got a pair of hands. And there, boys and girls, is your Maori inspired lino print tattoo. Now's your turn. Let's go make some art.